Today we'll be going over the top 5 best DC movies you must watch. Let's get into the video. Number 5, Aquaman. The biggest problem with Aquaman is that it's massive without being ambitious. It would be one thing if director James Wan had crammed plenty of crazy ideas into his superhero sci-fi fantasy, but the plot is painfully conventional and the film seems desperate to steal ideas from other movies without ever finding a match of a personality of its own. That's a shame because Jason Momoa is incredibly genial and charismatic, putting his own stamp on the character that makes him feel unique among superheroes. There are the occasional fun bits like an octopus playing the drums or a giant battle with crab people, but more often than not, Aquaman goes with what's safe and predictable, crushed under plotting exposition, clunky dialogue, and set pieces that feel desperate to keep our attention every 10 minutes. Aquaman is a lot of a movie, but for all of its colorful visuals, it never achieves the joy or charm it hopes to convey.
I came to save my home and the people that I love. I came because I am damaged.
Number 4, Man of Steel. Like with Batman vs Superman, I can kinda see what Zack Snyder was going for with Man of Steel. He didn't want to do what Richard Donner and Bryan Singer had done with the character, and it felt like he needed to go into a more realistic direction while still delivering big screen bombast that would allow him to really throw down a worthy opponent. So technically, Man of Steel succeeds at what it attempts to do insofar as it tries to be more realistic with Clark's abilities, likening them to a special needs child who must adapt, while also providing an epic fight against General Zod. The problem is what surrounds these items. When it comes to Superman's upbringing, it's difficult to know how he gets his moral compass. Part of why the Superman story has worked for so long and connected with so many people isn't just that he's a guy with lots and lots of powers. It's that he's part of the Heartland and those Heartland values are imbued in him growing up to help people. But in Man of Steel, that runs up against a Pa Kent's belief that the world isn't ready for Superman and that it's far better for Clark to hide his powers. While that's an understandable desire for a parent, it doesn't get us to why Superman helps people. The answer, because he's Superman, doesn't work if you're trying to recontextualize the character into a more realistic story. Number 3, Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey is a movie I really wish I liked better. To be fair, there's a lot to like about it. The color palette is fun and bombastic, Margot Robbie has made the Harley Quinn character her own, and the film is ostensibly about female empowerment. Harley Quinn isn't the only woman looking for emancipation in this story, and that theme helps tie together the stories of Black Canary, Huntress, and Renee Montoya as well. Plus, the performances across the board are loads of fun. Number 2, Shazam! Shazam benefits from largely knowing exactly the kind of movie it wants to be. It's big with superheroes, that's a simple enough premise, but director David F. Sandberg gets a lot of mileage out of it by leaning into the humor and heart of a kid who gets superpowers. The film also doesn't shy away from the irresponsibility a teenager would have by being a superhero, and naturally, young Billy Batson, who transformed into the adult Shazam, when he shouts, "Shazam!" has some growing up to do. Number 1, Wonder Woman. The problem with DCEU movies to this point is that they keep trying to reinvent the wheel before they even know how to drive. On its surface, Wonder Woman is a fairly standard origin story, but just because it plays by familiar beats, that doesn't mean those beats are boring or overly familiar. Director Patty Jenkins understood that just because we might know the tropes of the origin story, that doesn't mean we know this character or what makes her unique. Wonder Woman takes full advantage of showing not only what makes its protagonist a hero, but then proceeds to test that heroism. Wonder Woman starts up the film thinking about mankind in the abstract, and it's only through her relationship to Steve Trevor and seeing the horrors of war that she gets a better idea of who she's supposed to be fighting for. The film pushes her innocence to the limit by forcing her to realize that while Ares may bear some responsibility for war, mankind's weaknesses is also a part of it, and she must decide to save us anyways. That's all we have for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.
I just like the sound.